Hey, we're coming to the end of the month. September hasn't been as bad as many people thought, but the reality is that we can be positioning ourselves into a very exciting end of 2021. The Federal Reserve is still playing ball, but definitely we're looking for those opportunities that you probably haven't heard and wanted to pay attention to. Hey everyone, this is Coach JR from the Profit Flow Group, and today I have two stocks initially that I want to talk to you about. We're going to have a game plan, and then there's one more that I want you to pay attention because it seems that the three of them are setting the stage for a nice end of the year comeback. So let's take a look at this Profit Flow Group free trade ideas. All right, let's start with QuantumScape Corporation. Had a great week yesterday, 14.57%. And you may think, well, hey, there's nothing else to make here. But I'm going to show you exactly how you can play this into next week. If it's a fact that this is going to open today, Friday, minus 2.51%, this is slightly a pullback that you want to take advantage of. The other one that is doing really good, and Palantir Technologies dip all the way to the 2018 levels, probably beginning of this year. Yesterday, 4.89%. Now, let's face it, a lot of the bounce comes from less tensions from China Evergrande. And we want to take advantage into what I will suggest is how investors are going to rotate into U.S. stocks. Like, you're still going to have investment opportunities in China, but there's too much tension and the need to make cash. Remember, inflation, it's chasing everyone's minds. So you also want to look to make some money. So in the meantime, whether you want to expect enough for a bounce in Chinese stocks, you still have to make some money. So there you go. You come back home or you open yourself to U.S. stocks. And that's exactly what is happening. So also another opportunity to jump in Palantir. And finally, another one that I think you must look at. There's some competition coming, but in the meantime, Robinhood Markets, yes, the broker, HOOD. Yesterday, minus 2%. Today, another pre-market, minus 2.55%. I think it's time to pay a little bit of attention. We're looking into short term. Let's look at the charts, and let me show you why is that. First, let's go with QuantumScape, ticker QS. We're looking at the 2-hour chart, and pay attention. We're trading above the 2-hour chart, and this is the 200 exponential moving average. This is the green one. So every time you see one of my charts, this is exactly what the green means. 200 exponential moving average. And that tells us right now we are in the beginning. We are in the early stages of a more bullish tone in this stock. Now, if I look at the daily, I have all the way to 30. So I'm going to do a couple of things here, right? First off, my target into November will be an option that will be 30 strike, the 30 call. And into next week, let's look what we have. So notice it's not a secret. You see me working with Quote Media. It's easy. You can use your broker as well. But this is just for regular references. And let's look at the ticker QS. All right. Have it. Bring this back up. Let's look for option chain. So, like I said, for next week, what do I want to do? I want to go with some safety. We can pick, you have right now the market on QS. Let's go back. It's trading at 26.29. So what I will do for next week, I will look for in the money options. So I will take the 26. This will be my first trade idea. Look for safety. This one went from 40 cents to $2, almost, I will say 300% in a week. The low was $6. The contract high, $2.52. So what I want to do into next week, I just want to keep either buying what we have so far, the strength we have, or probably push up, maybe $2 more. It depends. So this can actually next week big 28. So this is what I will say I take. I will be paying no more than $2.50 for this particular trade. But at the same time, if you want, let me share with you a little bit more risky into a weekly trade. then you want to take a look at the 28. Let's take this out. And the 28, it's going right now, it's going for $1.16. You probably get it for $1.28. Open interest, 3,100 contracts. This went from 2 cents all the way to $1. That was a nice move. 2 cents was back on the 20th. And that's the beginning of the week. So that gives you how things are changing for this particular stock. And it will be the one that I take if I want a little bit more risk. So you have two options for next week. In the money play, that's the 26 call. And next week also the 28 call if you want to play a little bit more risk into a stock that in the short term is positive. Now, I did say I will share with you what I will be looking to do all the way to November on this one. And share with you, take a look at this. This is the daily chart. So I can easily see how that level 28, 80, 30 will be a massive resistance for this particular stock. It's moving up because it pushed to all the way to 23, found support at 20, that's the round figure, and now it's pushing higher. So it's easy to see why it's at this level. It's actually been gaining a lot of volume, this area. So at least in the next couple weeks, a more out of the money position will be looking for the 30 call. I want more time, so I won't do October. Then I will do November, the monthly expiration. That's November 19. And like I said, I will look for the 30. We can even look at the 35. So let's take a look. There's a lot of open interest on the 30. Let's look. It's almost $1 cheaper on the 35. And I'm just looking at it for double or at least, 100 to 200%. The contract high was $21.60. Think about that, $21.60. Contract low was 24. It was selling at 185. So that's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 700%. 700% last week. We still have a chance to make some money here. It's not going to be crazy, but I will be looking for at least a safety, another 100%. That's for the ones of you that don't want to cope with the short term because of the theta, of the time decay. So that's the one that I will be doing. All right. So that's what I have with QS. I hope this helps you. And now I want to take a look at Palantir. With Palantir, it actually has more room already gain when you compare. And from the daily perspective, it's doing very well. The breakout, in this case, breakup happened back in August. So it's doing really well. It's finding resistance at this level. It may have a pullback. So on this one, for example, I don't want to look for October weeklies. I want to go directly and just go for the November, the monthly expiration. So right now we look at 28. It had a pause. I will just use Fibonacci to give me some ideas. You can see how it dipped all the way to the 61.8% Fibonacci. That, in a sense, a lot of people think it's just Fibonacci, something that you don't have to pay attention to. They say there are better tools. Look, it's pretty basic what happens in the markets. Either you go up, you go down, or you move sideways. There are 3 stages for any asset class. When you buy on the dip and you're looking for a dip, you're looking for a figure that tells you where exactly buyers may bring back their ammo. And that's exactly what is happening at the 61.8%. This is what now we have to think. Because you have what we call the Fibonacci activation, then stock, it's a full candle, a full body candle above the 0.0% Fibonacci. The stock can still come back and revisit $25. We're 28 something. So the idea is at this level, we have a full range of Fibonacci activated. And that means if I have $10.35, in reality, the last, let's go for 11. The last place what I will see, I looked to have, based on this Fibonacci extension and projection, I'm looking to have Palantir at $32. But that may require time because since we have an activation, that means it can go back again, take some extra liquidity and push. The 32 is our target, but it can push all the way to 35. So looking at the opportunities that we may find, I look some trades in this area. And like I said, I'm not going to go for weeklies. all the way to November monthly expiration. That's November 19 and 32. That's selling right now for $1.26. That's the last sell. And like I said, you can still expect the stock to go all the way to 35. That wouldn't be a surprise. And look at what happens at 35. You have a maximum. You also have at 40. So you have two options. You can take the 35. It has open interest, very juicy, 19,000 contracts. But this also could be a very crazy but juicy play. You're looking at 19,961 contracts. And right now, the last sell took place at 29 cents. So let's go a little bit crazy on this one, shall we? All right. The low was 13 cents if we have a good rotation, a decent rotation. We're talking about a couple dollars here. So I will say we can look for a 300% return on this one. If everything goes well, 28, 1, 2, that will be 10. Then the gamma will change. So I will say let's look for 200% on this trade. We are actually picking it out of the money, a couple dollars more about what it is. But if volatility kicks in, then we absolutely can generate at least 200% on this trade. Again, that's the 40 call November 19. But remember, if you want something more conservative, then looks for the 32 as part of the Fibonacci projection, okay? You have right there all the data. Let's take a look at the Palantir case. The high was $20, low was 37. So you're buying 1, 2, 3, almost 250% above the low, all right? And the delta is pretty decent. On this one, the 32 call, you're looking at least to double your money, all right? And finally, one stock that I will have as my chart of the week. It's just an idea that you have to think it's not done yet. But if I look at a 1 hour chart and sort of try, let me take a look at the, there you go. The 30-minute chart on Hood, H-O-O-D, Robinhood markets, then we clearly have an opportunity in the short term to play this trade all the way to 51. And if all goes well, at least $60. And we'll be looking to make at least probably something close to 45% of my money. Not a bad trade if you look at what we're playing here. But definitely this is another company that has to be on your radar. And these are the free trade ideas that I have for you. If you actually like what you're looking at, I have a few opportunities that are building on the radar portfolio. Same as a few ideas that I'm coming based on my core analysis, which is the research I do in the options, in the U.S. option markets, SDF, Statistical Disruptive Flow. And the idea is to pinpoint what you cannot see on the markets. You can see that behind in the options market. And that will give you a lead to sort of know who is doing what and how you can position yourself. It doesn't matter if it's the Wall Street bets, boys and girls, or if the big institution, or it's a hedge fund manager, or it's a guy at Goldman Sachs that is just having fun. It doesn't matter. When they are going to the options market, they make moves that we can detect. And when we do that, it gives us the edge and trying to position yourself. Like the case of Macy's, we were at as high as 200% in less than 24 hours, exactly, after like no one was thinking that it was possible to make that kind of money out of Macy's, but we did thanks to SDF, Statistical Disruptive Flow. So like I said, go to the description of this video. There's a link. Go there, click on the link, and watch the broadcast. And let me tell you something, it's totally free, all right? Watch the broadcast, get to know more what we do at the Profit Flow Group, and definitely go ahead and join, because this is exactly the quality of the research that you will be getting from myself and my team. And until the next video, remember, woof!